So thank you very much, everyone, for being here. For those who are able to use their virtual backgrounds, it's wonderful seeing you use them. And those who are not able to, it's okay. Most important is that you're here, and we have a very experienced speaker today for today's workshop. So this is the first workshop from the vocational service workshop series. It's attached to what we had last month, which was the vocational service talk series. So we have two, one is a talk and one is a workshop. So we'll have this alternately. Welcome everyone, and first and foremost, welcome everyone. Thank you for registering and thank you for signing up and attending today. Very happy to see everyone. Okay, so today's workshop is going to be the art of giving feedback. Now, all of us has received some form of feedback, and we've also given feedback to people. And it's very common that sometimes when we receive feedback or when we give feedback, we may not either know how to give feedback, or when we give feedback, it may not be in languaging that is motivating. So as a Toastmaster myself, one of the things that we learn in Toastmasters is evaluate to motivate. And today we have a friend of mine, a really good friend of mine, who is a distinguished Toastmaster who will be sharing on the art of giving feedback. Okay, so today we have Sylma. Sylma Jepin has been a Toastmaster member since October 2015. She's currently serving as the Public Relations Manager for District 87. That is the district that covers East Malaysia, Brunei, as well as Indonesia. Okay, and she is currently also the Vice President of Public Relations for Heritage Toastmasters Club. She's a public speaking coach and a member of the Malaysian Association of Professional Speakers, MAPS, as well as an International Association of Coaching coach. Yeah, she is also a confidence coach, and it has been featured in the second edition of Successful People in Malaysia by British Publishing House for the Britishpedia publication. So apart from that, she was also the area champion for 2020-2021 speech evaluation contest. All right. Now that I have introduced our speaker, I would like to pass over the baton to her to take over the session today. So have fun,
Thank
everyone.
you very much. Yes, thank you very much, Adalina. Wow, that was a very generous introduction. Suddenly, I feel very shy. What to talk now? Right. Thank you very much, guys, for being here. I'm so happy to have. Okay, I don't know pangkat of you guys here, so please forgive me if I butcher your pangkat. But very happy to see all the Rotarians here, and also my mom is here, right? All these Rotarians are not what do you call this strangers to me. I know you guys. I was also Rotarian before I jalan. Right? So I am so excited to be back and to be sharing about the art of giving feedback. Now, I have seen your registration form, what you want to learn about feedback, what you want to take away from today's, what do you call it, session, right? Now, what I want to know from you is, what do you think feedback is? Okay, I want you to write it into the chat, but before you do so, I want everybody to satu kali, everybody together, share in the chat what you think feedback is. So right now, you just type first. When I say go, then you press enter. Okay? Okay or not okay? Okay. Yes, very okay. Come. Now, type in the chat, what do you think feedback is? Everybody type, don't send first, okay? Don't tekan enter. Just type. Okay, you're done. Now, 1, 2, 3, go. Put it in the chat, everybody. Let us see what are your thoughts. Okay, so Tak Xing Chan said, what you see. Did Tulip said, giving your thoughts on what was said or done. Okay, now I know it's PP Fu Koking. Okay, I say PP responds to something or information. Okay, my mom says respond to certain things. Yes. Anybody else? Do you want to share? Helen said feedback is the opinion or thought or comment onto something. Yes. So everybody is right. There's no wrong answers here. It is something that you receive after you have gone through something, right? So it's a response, it's a comment. Yes, from giving your opinion on matters. Okay, very, very good, Tatosu. Right. So, happy to see another man here. Who is the other man? Oh, hello, PP Lee. Right.
Hi, hi.
I'm looking at comments suddenly there. Morida is saying opinions expressed by someone. Correct. Everybody is correct. Yeah. Now, feedback, we receive it every day. We are saturated with feedback every single day. For example, oh, gemuk sudah kau kan? Oh, you're fat now. Oh, you seem happier now. Hey, you seem tired lah. Hey, very nice on your bag. Wow, nice car you have. All of this. Are these feedbacks? Yes? Yes. All of these are feedbacks. Feedback is not just something that you have a, hello, can I talk to you for a while? No, it's not just that. It is everywhere, every day, from anybody. Unsolicited feedbacks, right? I don't need you to tell me I'm fat. I already know I'm fat, right? So those are also feedbacks. Now, the thing is, the art of giving feedback is not just about giving. We will talk about that later, yeah? So I'm gonna share my screen. I don't have slides, every slides. I don't really have a lot of slides, but what I do have is, oh, suddenly I'm frozen. What I do have is this, okay? I have slides, but later on, yeah? So before we go any further, I want everybody to be in the same frame of thought, which is participation equals value. Now, I am invited here today to talk about the art of giving feedback, right? So that means in my brain, I'm still a work in progress. I'm not 100% champion. I'm still a work in progress, but in my brain, I have the structure of how it is like. Now, I would require your participation so that it will add value, not to me, because it's already in my brain, but to you. Right? So if I ask any questions, please feel free to unmute yourself and immediately answer me. There's no wrong or right answer here. We are in a safe space. Okay? So participation equals value. Value to whom? Not me, but to you. Therefore, I would really love your active participation in this. Okay? Let's go. Right. So before I go into my slides, I have a bit of slides. I would like to show you one thing. Yeah. This is called Mentimeter. You don't have to, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this, but if this is your first time, congratulations. All you have to do is take out your phone if you're using your laptop, but if you're still using your laptop as the camera for this Zoom meeting, you can still also go to menti.com. Just go to menti.com and put in the code 9660887 Okay, so everybody just go to menti.com and put in the code 9660887 and pick your answer. What do you fear most about feedback? I don't know about you, but for me, sometimes I do fear feedback. Because most of the time, when we think about feedback, we think that there's something wrong with us, right? Now, today, what I'm going to share is there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong about feedback whatsoever, okay? So I want to see right now, what are your fears? Do you fear receiving? Do you fear giving? Or you're good? You don't fear anything about feedback. Yeah. We have 18 minus me, 17 people in this room. There's 3 participants now who are answering. I need, if my math is correct, 17 minus 3, okay, minus 5 is 12. So I still need 12 people to answer me, please. Okay, so we have giving. And then someone said both. 4 people said both. And 2 said no, nothing. You're okay with feedback. Awesome. So we have 7 people. 17 minus 7 is 10. 10 more. Come, come, come. Just go to menti.com and put in the code 96608874. 10 people. Fantastic. 11. Awesome. 6 more. 12. Nice. 4 more. Anybody? Yes? 13. Ah, very nice. Anything else? More? Yes? Somebody? Going once? Going twice? Done. Okay. 13 people answered. Let's look at the answer together. Yeah. So number 1 is giving. So 3 people fear giving feedback. Okay. That's very normal. 1 person fear receiving. That's my friend. I don't know who that is, but that's my friend lah. Okay. And then 5 fears both giving and receiving. Okay. And then lastly, we have 4 people saying you're good. You're okay with giving. You're okay with receiving. Fantastic. Right. So these 5 people who fear both, you are in the right space right now. Right? Okay. Fantastic. You know, if everybody was answering nothing, I'm good, I think my job is done. I have nothing else to share. But thank goodness 5 people answered both, right? So I have something else to do here. So I have something to share right now. Okay, so let's go back to this, the title of our session today. Yeah, so the title of our session today is The Art of Giving Feedback. Now, feedback, there's more than just one side. Right, as you saw just now from the Mentimeter, there's also, what is the other one? Anybody knows? It was in the Mentimeter just now?
Receiving.
Exactly, receiving. Yeah, it is not just about giving, it is also about receiving. My job today is simply to share with you the art of giving. But I'm feeling very generous. Therefore, I'm also going to share a little bit about receiving. Yeah. So now I'm going to show a video. And I want, when you're watching this video, I want you to dissect the video, right? I want you to see exactly what's happening here. Okay. Is it good or not good? Okay. So I am going to share my screen now. And let's watch this video together. Okay, let's put that back in and enjoy. What do you guys feel? Tell me, what are you feeling right now? Did the person did a good job?
Awful. This is
Awful.
personal attack.
Personal attack.
Very
Okay.
unprofessional.
Very unprofessional. Anybody else?
I found it amusing,
Amusing. Okay.
but a bit rude though.
Rude. Anybody else?
Yeah, the review was very very bad in a way, but somehow the guy take it, you know, he take it, he turned it to say that the employer did a good job.
Okay. Anybody else?
Very unmotivating.
Very unmotivating. Okay, so everybody agrees that number 1, it's rude. Number 2, unmotivating. Number 3, all of us saw how commendable the receiver was, right? So from here, we can definitely see that in feedback. It's not just about giving, it is also about receiving. And the third one, it's about processing. You give, you receive, and you process. How the receiver processed just now made the entire situation, number one, no tension. Yes, the giver was not tactful. He was rude. He was bad. If we are being honest, he was bad, right? But because the receiver processed it in a positive way, then the entire situation was not full of tension. What I'm trying to say here is feedback is about mutual trust. Yeah, feedback is about mutual trust. Now, I'm not going to talk too much about receiving and processing. I am going to focus today about giving because that is what my title is today, right? Be given by our Rotarian Adelina. So the art of giving feedback, what is it all about? Can someone share with me? What do you think giving good feedback is all about? How does it sound like? Anybody?
Here's one.
Praise the person for a good job. You know what he has done? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so inspiring. Yeah.
Okay. Inspiring. You're telling the person thank you, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
About feedback
It's
is
more on
something like
senior,
you say
yeah,
someone is happy.
sincerely, yeah.
Sincere. Yes, correct. Yes, May? You're saying
Bad
something?
feedback actually is something that you say almost on a daily, something that people say to anyone on a daily basis without them realizing it. They're actually being rude, but they don't mean to be rude. When you approach someone, you talk about that person's appearance and you say, oh my God, you've gone fat now. That is not a very nice feedback because the person receiving it is not going to feel well, even though the
Yes.
person who gave it
Very
did not mean to be rude.
sensitive, yeah. Very
Yeah.
sensitive.
Yes, exactly. So what does that show to us? Are we born with the ability to give good feedback? What is the most natural way of giving feedback to people? The
For
first thing
me-
that comes to our mind, we just say it outright.
No, for
Everything,
me,
the first thing, yes?
if you need to criticize or to make the person improve more, send a personal message instead of saying it publicly. Just say, oh, maybe today you have done good, very well, but then you need to improve on certain things. Yeah.
Yes,
I
correct.
think, yeah.
Because feedback is mutual trust. Now, the way our brain works is that anytime it feels a threat, it will either go defense or it runs away. Anytime. Our brain does not understand if we are in real danger or not. But when it feels a social threat, when it feels there's something bad going on, immediately it will go defense or run away. Now, the reason why whenever we hear feedback, that word itself, there's a negative connotation to it is simply because we are trained to think that whenever people give us feedback, it is something bad about us. It is something bad about what we have done. It is something bad that we have gone through. Feedback in actuality is about mutual trust. Okay, so we as leaders, all of you are leaders here, kan? So as leaders, our main job is to not create that, what do you call this? Situation whereby people feel like, I want to run away, or are you really right? Right? Because our brain, the way it works is it's either fight or flight. So this afternoon, I will share with you 5 tips on how to give good feedback with examples and the words that you can use, and 1 bonus tip. Okay, so 5 plus 1 equals 6. My math today is very champion, I tell you. Right, number 1. Say only what you see or hear. only what you see or hear. Now, this is called the video camera technique, right? So whenever there's a video camera, you're looking behind the video camera, right? You're capturing something, you're looking behind it. What you can see is how they speak, how they react. What you cannot see is the underlying reasons for it, correct? So you only say what you see and what you hear. And these are some of the lines that you can think about. Yeah, so we always hear this. You always shoot down ideas. Is this something that you can see or hear, shooting down? You can't, right? Because this is a feeling that you have, a reaction that you feel towards that person. Therefore, this is not something that you can see or hear. What is the better way of saying this? Better way of saying this is you've pointed out, okay, very big typo there. You've pointed out, supposed to be out, not put, okay? You pointed out many risks and drawbacks, because when you point out, it is something that you can see. So instead of saying shoot down, because you can't see people shoot down ideas, but you can see and hear people pointing out risks and drawbacks. So this is one technique that you can use. Say only what you can see and hear. Next. I've heard this many, many times in meetings. You dominated the conversation at the meeting. You dominated the conversation at the meeting. Now, dominate is a character. Can you see a character? No. Therefore, change it. Oh, I noticed that you spoke more than others at the meeting. Why? Because this is something that you can see and hear. Yeah. So instead of saying you dominated, dominating is a character. You can't see a character. You can't hear a character. But you can see when you say, I noticed that you spoke more than others at the meeting. Next is, you are very timid when giving your presentation. Timid is also a character. It's someone's character. That's how they were born. They're born with the character of being timid. Is it good or bad? No, nothing about it. It's just a character, right? So when you're giving a feedback, instead of saying you are very timid when giving your presentation, we can say during your presentation, you spoke in a quiet tone and often look down. Why? Because this is something that we can see and hear, right? So instead of saying you're very timid, because that is their character, which you can't see. But what you can see is you spoke in a quiet tone and often look down. And it sounds non-judgmental, right? When you say you are, when you start the sentence, you are, immediately the other person receiving it will go, hiya, defense mode. Or worse yet, they just run away. Ah, sudahlah kau, I don't want to listen to you. Yeah. So our intention when we are giving a feedback is extremely important. I tell this to my clients all the time. What is your intention in starting that conversation? Is your intention to make the other person feel better and do better? Or are you just saying something that you are not satisfied with? Which one is it? What is your intention? Very important to understand. Yeah. Now, the next tip is don't attack people's character. Just say what you can see and hear. This is not a tip. This is, what do you call this? This is a summary, okay? So don't attack people's character. If they're timid, so be it. If they're dominant, so be it. What you can say as feedback is what you can see and hear only. Otherwise, you will start World War III. Is that your intention, to start World War III? If that is your intention, then okay, teruskan cerita. Huh? But so you have to come back to your intention. Is your intention to make things better? If it is, then search for better words. Don't say out of character, but what you can see and hear only. Everybody okay so far? Am I making sense? If I'm making sense, can I see a thumbs up, please? You can give me a virtual one. You can give me a physical one. Okay, very good. So next, yeah. When you are able to do that, this will not happen. The person will not think of running away. The person will not suddenly become defensive, right? Now, when you are receiving this feedback from the other person, the best way to answer back is, number one, thank you, tell me more. Because if you say, thank you, but, then you are being defensive already. Once you say that, thank you, but, the giver will also be defensive. So both of you defensive lah. Then what is the outcome? Nothing. The outcome will be texting other people, telling you, no, this person, like that one. So our intention is extremely important. We don't want this, therefore we only say as a feedback of what we can see and hear. Next, feedback is not about being good or a bad person. That is something we need to unlearn and relearn and learn. Okay, I'm trying to be philosophical, but it's not happening. So that is something that we need to understand. Okay, feedback is not about being a good or bad person. It's just feedback. Now later I will show you also what is feedback, where feedback actually comes from. Okay, next, motivate your feedback with supportive frame. What does this mean? What is Sylma talking about? Motivate your feedback with a supportive frame. That means say why, right? So this one, stop shouting, you will never get people to support you that way. This normally we tell this to who? To people who are aggressive, to people who are loud, right? You cannot tahan already, so you tell this to that person. Stop shouting, you will never get people to support you that way. Do you think the person receiving this will stop shouting? No, right? They will feel defensive, and therefore they will be even louder. Is that the intention? No, that is not the intention, right? So how can you say? You can say something like, I want people to hear what you have to say. This motivate. Yeah, I want people to hear what you have to say. So supportive frame is when you speak in a loud tone that can be intimidating for you and they will not hear you. Okay. I think I'm missing some words. I want people to hear what you have to say. When you speak in a loud tone that can be intimidating for some, then they will not hear you. Yes. So you're telling this person, this loud person, this aggressive person, that I actually am here for you. I want you to succeed in telling your feedback to the other person. If you are still continuing talking in this loud voice, it will intimidate people. Then what is the outcome? Nobody will listen to you. So personally for you, right? Which one would sound better to you? Is it the first one or the second one? I know for the people who answer both, how many people answer both? 2 people, is it? Answer both. You're okay with everything? No. 4 people answer, nah, I'm good. So this one doesn't affect you, because you're okay with receiving, you're okay with giving. You're fantastic already. But for the 5 people who fear giving and fear receiving, which one works better for you? Is it the first one or the second one? The second one. Okay, I see Helen doing like this. Second. Okay. Thank you very much for your response, Helen. Yeah. Next. Stop bothering everyone. You need to figure out things on your own. This one, this will happen when the person keeps asking you, how? You already explained, then they still come and text back, how? You feel frustrated or not? You already tell one by one, but then they still, how? So obviously you will feel like, ayah, stop bothering lah. You need to figure this out on your own. You're so stupid one, man. Yeah, those words will come out, right? And what will that happen? What will the outcome be when you say things like that? World War III lah. Then no more friend lah. Putus kawan. Tidak mau tahu sudah pasal kau. Right? So what is the better way of saying it? Yeah? The better way of saying it is, I want to help everyone develop the ability to problem solve. Can we talk about ways you can use to problem solve problems on your own? If this is a mouthful, you can just cut it and go to the second sentence. Can we talk about ways you can use to solve problem on your own? Why? This is an open-ended question. It's like playing badminton, right? You're serving, and then the receiver serve back to you. So when you say an open-ended question, can we talk about ways you can use to solve problem on your own? That is you throwing it to the receiver, and it's up to the receiver what to say next, right? So you have washed your hands clean of this. It's the other person's time now to answer you. And most of the time, they will say, okay, I feel this is how I want it to be. Then you have opened the conversations already. Then there's a mutual trust. It all goes back to mutual trust one. Communication, the outcome of it is trust. If there's no trust between two people communicating, and then no need to speak lah. Just keep quiet, just be a monk lah, meditating somewhere. No need to speak one. Okay, so it's all about mutual trust. Now, next step is seek understanding of the other person's perspective. What is underneath? Why is this person saying all of this? Why is this person giving me this kind of feedback? Or if we say in a layman term, why this person complain one? What is this person complaining about? So we need to understand the other person's perspective. Because what is feedback? It's not just about giving. It's also about receiving and processing. A lot of things happen in processing as well. Because how we speak to ourselves when there's no one around really affects our brain. Yeah. So we seek to understand the other person's perspective. So how can we do that? We can ask open-ended questions like this. How do you see things? Right? What are your views on this? From your perspective, what happened? So why do we ask questions like this? Have you ever heard of people telling you, it's my character one. I'm like this one. You accept or not accept lah. I'm like this one. What to do lah? I was born like this. God give me this character. I was born like this. So if I say things to you, you just accept lah. They are hiding behind that character, right? They have hurt your feelings, and then they hide behind that character and say, I am like this. So you accept. Is that feedback? Because feedback equals mutual trust. That's the core value of feedback, mutual trust. Now, if the receiver doesn't feel trust from the giver, is it feedback? No, it's not feedback. It is simply putting it into your face. Ambil lah kau. So why do we need to seek understanding of the other person's perspective? Why do we need to ask this question? There's an underlying reason for it. Yeah. And also, you need to explain impacts on others' needs. Why? Sylma, I only come here, Sylma, to learn about how to give feedback. Why you tell me now I need to understand people one? What is the point of this? I just want to learn the correct words, that's it. Now you're telling me we need to explain impact. Hiya, Sylma, so many things like you're talking about right now. There's a reason for it, okay? When you don't acknowledge my point, I get frustrated. Is this a good feedback? Anybody? Not good. Okay. Those who are saying not good, why is this not a good feedback?
It's one-sided. You're only seeing things. You want people to see your point of view only.
Exactly. Because why? Feedback is mutual trust, right? So this sentence does not show mutual trust. So how can you make this sentence better? You explain. How do you explain? When you don't acknowledge my point, I get frustrated. Now you explain. Because I want to know you. I want to know you got what I was trying to say. So you're explaining to the person, right? Why do I feel hurt? Because I didn't get the feedback that you understand what I'm saying. Therefore, we just keep going back and forth. This is when people say, that person is talking, what is that? Duck, the other person is talking chicken. So cannot understand each other. Simply because you did not explain why. So very, very important to explain, okay? When you don't acknowledge my points, I get frustrated because I want to know you got what I was trying to say. Simple, kan? Explain, bagus-bagus. Then, tiada World War III. What is the purpose of this? Everything we do, there's a purpose, right? Number one is, when you say it that way, it shifts the blame from the other person. Because this sentence, when you don't acknowledge my point, I get frustrated. It's like you're blaming the other person, right? And when the other person receiving it feels the blame, the brain thinks of it as a social threat. Danger, danger. Therefore, defense. Or worse yet, go away, don't want to listen to you now. Okay? But if you explain it, why, then they will feel like, oh, you're not blaming me. Okay, I understand. It's all because of you, is it? Okay, I understand. And number two, it highlights that it is your needs that are not being met. Your needs are not being met. So when you're able to tell that to the other person that your needs is not being met, you are having mutual trust, which is feedback. So anytime you are in doubt, right? Anytime you are in doubt, am I giving feedback? Is this good feedback? You always put yourself in the other person's shoe as well. Is this contributing to mutual trust? If the answer is yes, go for it. If the answer is no, stop yourself. Otherwise, you are sabotaging your friendship, sabotaging your position as a leader. People will go like, don't do what? Because why? The other party already feel hurt. It's small things like this, right? It becomes very big when it's accumulated. One time happened, okay lah. The heart like this, huh? One time happened, got one lobang. Okay lah, can lah still. I can still patch this lobang. Second time happened, you Third time happened, okay, we putus kawan liao. Why? All because there's no mutual trust. Because in the beginning, it was not a feedback. Right? It's simple, very, very simple actually. So even in Rotary, right? There's the core value. What is the what again? The in front, the core value of, is it true? Is it something? And if it is
the 4-way test.
4-way test. Okay. So is it true? And then if yes, it meets all the requirement, then it's a yes. So the same thing with feedback. Same. Does it have mutual trust? If yes, yes, continue. If no, if you're hurting the other person rather than motivating, stop yourself. Otherwise, you'll create enemies. Yeah, very simple. Okay, next. Am I going too fast? Yes, am I going too fast? Someone give me feedback. I need feedback. My maths are not met right now. My needs are not met.
Very good, very good.
Very good. Okay. Yes, continue. Next. Use possible impact when speaking for others. Okay. Since it is in our nature to give unsolicited feedbacks, means we love giving feedbacks to people. When you are talking for the other person, then use possible impact only. What does that mean? I give you example. Okay. So this is an example. When you speak in a loud tone, people may get stressed because they want a calm discussion of what went wrong. You see the word here, may, instead of saying will. If you say, when you speak in a loud tone, people will get stressed because they want a calm discussion of what went wrong. You are already implying that that person is loud. Therefore, will kacau people one. Now, what will happen to the receiver? When they feel the word will, like it's already happened, like it's a guarantee that it will happen, the receiver will feel defense. Overset right away. Right? But if you use may, it's like a possibility, but not quite, but maybe, but then the other person receiving will go like, okay. Not yet happened, huh? Okay. Now you save me already lah, not yet happened. They will feel more open. And that will create mutual trust. I see people, okay. I understand, you're muted, understand. So it will create mutual trust. Okay, that is the end goal. That is the end game. We want to create mutual trust. Therefore, we strive to speak better. That's the point of it, right? We want to create peace. Therefore, we learn how to be better. There's no other intention but that, correct? Yes. Yes. The bonuses. Don't be so hard on yourself. Please. Most of the time, when we are very hard on ourselves, we become unhappy. And when we are unhappy, it will leak into other things in our life. When it leaks into other things in our life, it will come out like an aggressive feedback. That's what people are hearing. But you, as the giver, you go like, "No lah, it's just me you are talking. I am like this one." So it boils down to how we feel inside, right? It boils down to how we feel inside about us. If our self-esteem is low, we will be loud about what other people are doing. If our self-esteem is high, how we view ourselves is good, that's also how we will view others. So it comes back to us. Don't be too hard on ourselves. Be kind. When you are kind to yourself, it will translate to kinder feedback and also kinder way of receiving the feedback, because you know you are enough. Because why? Because you were not hard on yourself. Am I making sense here? I'm trying very hard, trying to be smart right now. Am I making sense? Yes. Yes. Because you guys are all mothers. What I know nothing. Right? So I'm trying to make it make sense for you. So don't be too hard on yourself. That is the main thing inside. When you're too hard on yourself, you think you are not good enough. But then you say, no lah, I don't think that about myself. But subconsciously you are. So when people give you feedback, you go defense. And then when you give feedback, you become very aggressive. Because it boils down to you. You're very hard with yourself. We are our own worst critics. Anything. The first person who will say you are not good enough is you yourself to yourself. But then you tell your friends, it's okay, Wan, you're very good, Wan. You know, you have done so many things in your life. You tell that to your friends, but then you don't tell that to yourself. When in fact, who do you spend the most time with? Yourself, right? So don't be too hard on yourself. Therefore, when you give feedback, it will not sound hard. And when you receive the feedback, you will not go defense. Therefore, we will don't have third war. Okay, my brain was not connecting there just now. Suddenly, limpas like that. Goes back also to your intention, yeah? Intention. Hey, anything to do must have intention first. I tell my client this all the time. Before you open your mouth, what is your intention? Is your intention to tell a story? Is your intention to give a message? Now, if you translate it here, is your intention to make things better? Or are you just saying it out because you're not feeling good? Which one is it? If it's just one party, then there's no mutual trust. When there's no mutual trust, that means it's not a feedback. Simple, huh? Very simple. Okay. Right? That is all. Very simple. Now we watch a video. What is Sylma talking about? We watch what Sylma talking about come in real life. We watch video together. Okay, I will stop share this and I will share with you this very interesting video. I found this video. When did I find this video? I found this video like 2 days ago, and I was like, so this is so ngams. Yeah, I'm about to speak about what do you call this feedback. This video is the one. Okay, let me share with you guys.
It really means a lot to me.
Okay, hang on. Why are you so fast, one?
Well, thank you.
Okay, are you guys ready? Yes. Okay. Okay, come. Let's do this.
Susie, for taking the time to meet with me today. It really means a lot to me to be open and honest with you. Our work relationship is important to me, so I appreciate you taking the time to meet with me. I had something I wanted to talk to you about. Lately, I've been feeling like you haven't really been fully listening to me or really valuing or respecting any of my ideas or input. For example, the other day in our meeting, when I was right in the middle of giving an opinion on something, I felt like you interrupted me mid-sentence and never really came back to me. It made me feel like my feedback or my input was not valued. It also made me feel embarrassed in front of the other people in the meeting. So I just wanted to make you aware that that's how I felt.
Yeah, that's hard to hear, but I appreciate you letting me know. I'm hearing that you're feeling embarrassed and not valued because I've interrupted you or cut you off in meetings.
I did feel a little embarrassed the other day. Yeah,
Okay.
It didn't feel good.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have to admit, this is something that I've received feedback on in the past. And so it's something that I really know that I need to work on. I really am committed to working on this, and I'm gonna really make an effort to be more self-aware. And it would be helpful to me too if, you gave me some follow-up feedback, or I
Yeah,
can check in with you
absolutely.
later to make sure that I am,
Yep,
you know,
absolutely.
giving you what you need.
Yeah.
What do you think about the video? I'm smart, right? That's what you think first, right? Sylma is so smart. Sylma, this is the right video. Is that what you're thinking? No. No? Ah, yeah. Okay, never mind. So what is it that you're actually thinking after watching this video?
Can I say this? That was a very peaceful way of resolving matters.
Yes. Why? Why is it peaceful? Anybody?
The giving and receiving of what do you call that, feedback, was done in a very calm manner and respectful too.
Right. Anybody else?
If the receiver, like Norma says, she received it calmly, but if she do it in an aggressive way, then the conversation will be in a different manner already. The ending, yeah.
Exactly. Why?
Yeah.
Why? If it was in aggressive manner, it will become something else. Why?
You make the other person rather uncomfortable for a start.
Uncomfortable. And when the other person feels uncomfortable, what will happen?
She may become defensive.
Defensive, exactly. Why?
Mm.
Okay.
Feelings are hurt.
Feelings are hurt. Why?
Yeah.
There is no mutual trust in that
There's
case.
no mutual trust. Correct.
Right. Right.
There's no mutual trust. Number one. Number two, that is how our brain works. When we feel a threat, a social threat, when we feel we are in danger, immediately the brain go fight or flight. Because our brain don't know whether we are in real danger or not. But once it senses that, it will go, okay, what you saying now? Like that. So once already like this, of course they don't show you doing like this, but inside, oh, what you saying about me? Right?
This is a very good video.
I know, right? I tell you, I'm genius one. Yes. So exactly everything that I have shared just now, right? Explaining why you are giving that feedback to the person. You seek the other person's reason, the other person's perspective. And then you give your own reasoning as well. Then your needs are met. Number one. Number two, the other person, the receiver's needs are also met. Now, I don't know if you noticed this, but there's something beautiful that both of them did not do. Okay? What is Sylma talking about? Something beautiful both of them did not do. Well, you don't make sense one. Okay, I open my mirror right now, right? The one thing that both of them did not do was when they say thank you, because you notice, right? The first lady who was having this meeting, she said thank you, correct? When she said thank you, she gave an explanation. Okay. The other lady also, the receiver, okay, you come back here so that I can make a point. Come on, I need to look smart right now. Okay, you come back here. Okay, so the other lady who was giving said thank you, and then she explained. The receiver said thank you, and then she explained, right? The one thing they did not do is they did not say the word but. The giver, when she said thank you for being here, blah, 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 blah. But what I feel is, and then the receiver, when she said thank you, she explained, oh, da, 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 da. She did not say thank you, but. Satu word, one small word, 3 letter only can actually cause chaos. Why? Whenever you say something positive and then you put the word but there, you are canceling everything positive that you're saying.
Wow.
Okay? So if the receiver went like, thank you for your explanation, for your feedback, but
Susah.
Exactly. So you're telling the giver, right? Thank you lah. But I know one, you wrong one, I right one.
Oh dear.
Right? So that is the beautiful thing that they did not do. None of them say thank you, but. So how can you do? What can you do if you are very the program liao to think but oh? If you're really program liao, what you can do is say thank you, tell me more. If you are the receiver. If you are the giver, you say thank you, and then you explain. Okay? When you explain, you don't butcher their character, but you only say what you see and what you hear. Jatuh pula. I can't look cool now. Right? So thank you and explain as the giver. As the receiver, you say thank you, tell me more. No matter if your tongue wants to come out, thank you, but your tongue. Don't say it. Okay? You instead say, thank you, tell me more. Once you say but, I tell you the conversation will not be as beautiful as the two ladies just now. In front, you will go like still, sopan, but inside you go like, you know me? Huh? Really, man? You right, man? Mana. And that will create friction. Right? And that is not our intention. Okay? So very, very simple. And now I would like to have, how much time we have now? Oh, it's 4:08 OT. That means we got time to do practice. After we have done, we learn, then listen, Sylma, talk. Now is you practicing what you have listened. Right? This is a good way to learn. Albert Einstein said the best way to learn is through play. So we role play right now. So I need two volunteers. One is to be the giver of the feedback, and the other one is to be the receiver of the feedback. Now, what is the situation? The situation is when the team member, the receiver, is not performing up to the expectation of the giver. Okay, so this is two people in a team. The giver is saying the receiver is not doing good. So this is a practice for the giver to give feedback and for the receiver to receive the feedback. So I need two very brave souls. Anybody?
Kapitan Fu is good. He's very good at giving feedbacks.
You have been volunteered without your saying yes, PP Fu. Are you accepting the challenge?
Very sorry, today is not my day.
Today is not your day. Ladies, today is not his day. Therefore, anybody else?
In front of all the ladies, I think I'm quite shy to talk.
I understand your situation, sir.
CG also can do.
CG tak malu punya, CG.
CG tiada kemaluan. CG, yes.
PP Fu and orang Penang. Cepat. Dua-dua, the two thorn in among the roses, you all can do it.
We must create mutual trust. Okay, if they say no, we don't force. We move along. Anybody else?
Helen lah. Helen, you're good at this.
Okay, I volunteered.
Okay, do you want to be the giver or receiver, Helen?
I want to be the giver.
You want to be the giver. Awesome. Second brave soul. Who is that?
CG.
CG.
Who is CG? Huh?
CG lah, the receiver.
It's not.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, fantastic.
Oh, okay.
In that
Buy
case,
one unit of building from CG Lee.
That one. Let me spotlight Helen, and I'm gonna spotlight CG as well. Okay. So we are going to watch the two of them to give their feedback. Okay. I go away first. I remove spotlight. Just the two of you. Right. Awesome. Okay. So whenever you're ready, Helen, over to you.
Hey, bro, why are you doing this project? No head, no tail. Can you explain? And everybody is asking me, you know, I'm in trouble. Why are you putting me this way?
Okay, I'm supposed to reply or sorry,
Whatever you feel like doing. If you want to feel like run away, you want to off your camera, also okay.
No, okay. I mean, she give a feedback that I'm supposed to
What is your feeling? What do you feel about my comment or feedback? You can lawan or don't lawan.
I think the feedback is very, very destructive. How do I say attacking and a bit personal and attacking and on towards a destructive basis.
Right.
No. The problem is you want to answer. You want to fight back against me, or you just taking it. How are you going to take it?
Oh,
not asking your comment.
I see.
We do acting only lah.
Already? Okay, yes, continue.
Norma ketawa begitu manis ni.
Can you repeat lah? Sorry.
Yeah, already forget already. Cannot repeat.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just like you're commenting on the, the thing we are not performing.
He's a very sentimental people. Why you don't?
Okay. PP Helen. Okay, I understand your comments, but if you don't mind, I mean, can you share on how do I really, if you think that we are not performing to the mark, and how can you, instead of telling us we are not doing this thing, and how do you propose, or how do you propose that I do it on the right, how do I do it correctly?
Yeah, well done.
Well done. Thank you very much.
Well done.
To CG and also to Helen. Fantastic job, guys. Yes, that is exactly it, right? You see, Helen, she was going as the aggressor, right? She was telling it from her point of view. Now, CG was accepting it in a positive way. What did he do? Positive. Number one, he asked. So, what can I do better? What do you want to happen next? Right? It's an open-ended question. And that, in a way, create a positive environment for the both of them. My only point of improvement for you, Helen, moving forward, please lah, don't lah, be like that. Huh? Okay. You follow lah the things I said just now. I was like, oh my God, she went the aggressor. Okay, never mind, we acting only. Okay, thank you very much, guys. So yes, that is it. Feedback equals to mutual trust. If there is no mutual trust, the other person will feel defensive and the entire situation of giving feedback will have no point already. Yeah. So ask yourself, what is your intention of saying what you're about to say? Remember, yeah, words have power. No matter how much you say, itu pun kau tidak boleh terima, lemah. When you are saying that from your mouth, that is actually trauma response. Because when you were growing up, you were forced to think that way. And therefore, for you, that is normal. When you want to give feedback, always remember not to create a defense to people, but for it to be a mutual trust. Not like this, but like this. Very simple. Remember your intention of saying it, because words have power. Don't go attack the characters, but only say what you see and hear. And as the receiver, say, thank you, tell me more. No matter even if you feel like, thank you, tell me more. You see that in the first video, right? In the first video, the boss was like, blah, 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 blah. The receiver went, good job. And that changed the entire situation, right? The boss went like, good job? Yes, I am doing a good job. So that is extremely important to create mutual
understanding.
Trust.
Trust. Yes, understanding. Very good. Very, very near. Trust. Okay? Mutual trust. That's it. The end. Nothing else really I got to say. Okay, so now is where you tell me what you remember from this session. Okay, for the summary part, I don't want to do it. I want you to do it for everybody. Okay, so what do you remember, guys? All you have to do is answer from here until the end. Very simple, huh? I made your life easier now. Okay, come, tell me, number one, what do you remember? Unmute yourself.
Say only what you can see and hear.
I was about to go like, I spent 1 hour talking. You remember nothing. Okay, say only what you see and hear.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Create mutual trust.
Create mutual. Okay, suddenly I tell you, like I never go to school one. Trust. Okay, next.
Don't attack people character.
Yes, don't attack people character. People's character. Correct. Next.
Never say but when you say thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Never say but. Exactly. Otherwise, smack, smack. Never say but when say thank you. Correct.
Wow, CG pandai, CG.
Pandai. Very pandai. Okay, next.
Explain impacts on others' needs.
Explain impact on others' needs. Correct. Very good. Next.
Try to understand the underlying situation.
Try to understand. Okay, understand the Sylma underlying. Very susah lah this underlying. How do you spell underlying? Like this for situation. Yes. Okay. I never go to school, but forgive me. Okay, next.
Word has power.
Word has power. I tell you, a word has power. Very good. Okay. If you can give me one more, I'm very happy now. One more, please.
Don't be so
hard on yourself.
Boy, I hear two
Hey,
people
high
say the same
five.
thing.
Pipi Helen.
Don't be so hard on yourself. Very true, because this is actually the root cause of everything. Okay, so I make it bigger. I make it bigger, and then I change color some more. I change color. What's color? This color. Very good. Okay. So if you want to screenshot this, faster screenshot, put somewhere so that you remember every time. Okay. So thank you very much, guys. This is exactly it. Yeah. Say only what you see and hear. Create mutual trust, because that is what feedback is all about. Don't attack people's character. Never say but when you say thank you, because once you say but, you are canceling out everything else that is positive that you have said. And explain impacts on others' needs. Yes, explain why. Because normally situations become uncomfortable because one person's needs are not met. So ask, okay? Try to understand the underlying situation. Fantastic. There's always a reason for everything, even when you are merajuk complaining. So word has power. Yes. When you hide behind your character and say that's just who I am, you take it, that is actually a trauma response, because you were from small made to think that way. But actually, it has left you feeling hurt. Yeah. So that is all from me. And if there's a Q&A session, then we have a Q&A session. And back to you, Adelina.
Thank you very much, Sylma. So we will open Q&A session. We have a little bit of time as if anyone has any additional questions. You can raise your hand.
I just like to thank Sylma for this interesting talk. Really enjoy and learn a lot.
Thank you. Means a lot from you guys to say that, because all of you are in my mother's age, right? I respect my elders. My
You
mother
always
raised
say
me
that
well.
like I'm an ancient, but
No, my mother raised me well. I respect my eldest one.
Correct.
So
Yes. You are raised very well by your mom.
Thank you.
Yes.
No
Very good
question.
session, Sylma.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
interesting. It could be dry, but you made it humorous. Yeah. Very
I see we have another guest called Rita Awai. Is it Marina's staff?
I believe so, Marina.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's Marina's staff. She did say that she wanted her staff to join.
Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, okay. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you.
Hi, Rita. Melis also.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Melis, yeah, that's Melis Sisin.
Thanks for being here, guys. So yes, what you're giving me now is feedback, right? That is feedback. So feedback is everywhere in our lives. Sometimes we don't want also people give. But now you know better, right? It's about mutual trust. And also, what is the intention? Okay, I better stop talking now. It's supposed to be Q&A session.
If you all want to speak in Mandarin, also she can answer you.
That is correct.
我给回老师了，全部不好。华文不是。
Next year must invite you to be one of the facilitator in this task.
Wow,
very outstanding.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Join back, Pearl.
You're already been spotlighted by the membership chair, man.
Yeah, join back,
Good
Pearl.
feedback, no?
Next time, the membership talk or presentation, you cannot run away. We'll invite you to be one of our.
She actually is a charter
Very
member of
professional.
Pearl, you know, Kapitan Fu.
Yes,
She is a charter member of Pearl.
charter member, Oh, like that is even better. Already
Wow.
experienced.
But right now
I
she's
have
so
to come
busy with
back.
her work, so she don't want.
Yes, she has to rejoin.
Oh no, this is what you call peer pressure, people.
Wow.
Bagus.
This is not
This is also positive feedback, ma.
Very encouraging feedback from the floor.
Correct. Once a Rotarian, you're forever a Rotarian. That is what I learned.
I think Johor, Melaka, Singapore, and Sabah, Sarawak. Surprisingly, over Sabah side, there are so many outstanding speakers.
There you go, Sylma.
That I mean, honestly
Go
and
to greater
sincerely,
heights.
the comment.
Thank you, Kapitan.
Besides Singapore, I think Sabah, nobody can challenge you. Congratulations.
Wow, thank you, Kapitan Fu. That's very nice.
Thank you so much for all the wonderful feedback for our speaker today, Sylma Jepin. So if there are no questions, I'd like to share in the Zoom chat the feedback form. Yes, we do have a feedback form for our feedback workshop, and I have posted it in the Zoom chat. You will also be receiving an email with the link in case you miss it here for those who registered through the form as well as through WhatsApp. So please do, I'd like to invite everyone to please do fill up the feedback form. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are, if there are points for improvement, because there's always room for us to improve.
Photo session?
Yes. That's coming up next.
Send the feedback, the form in WhatsApp is easy for me to update.
Sure thing. Yeah. So
okay,
first of all, before we go into photo session, let me thank our speaker today, Sylma. She's a very good friend of mine, for an amazing, engaging workshop. That's what this series is all about. We want to bring workshops that are a little bit different so that we can have a different experience and learn at the same time. So thank you very much, Sylma, for agreeing to do the workshop.
Thank you. Thank you.
Well done, Adelina.
Thank you. All right.
Yeah.
So now it's photo time. I would like everyone who is able to switch on their videos so we can take a photo. Let me disable the chat so that we don't get pop-ups and block people's faces. Okay, so if everybody is ready. 1, 2, 3. Okay, freestyle. Okay, 1, 1, 2, 3. All right.
Okay.
We are done with the photo. So thank you very much, everyone, for spending 1.5 hours at the RCKK Pearl Vocational Service Workshop here today with us. And thank you again to our speaker, Sylma, for sharing her knowledge. And I hope everyone now can go back and